Okay, so we have a chain of 24 stitches. And I like to have a point at the end of my icicle, so I just slip stitch in the first 3 stitches. Now to slip stitch, you just put the hook through and bring it through both stitches. Now, I like to do that because I like to have just this little pointed area at the bottom of my icicle. So now what we're going to do for the remainder of this chain is we're going to make 4 single crochets in each stitch, and that's going to cause the work to curl. So we'll just get started doing that. So here's the first stitch after my last slip stitch, and I'm going to make 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that it has a little bump and it's going to start to curl. The next stitch is here, and I'm going to make 4 single crochets. Go to the next stitch, make 4 single crochets. Go to the next stitch, make 4 single crochets. Now you can see that the work wants to curl on its own. So we're just going to continue doing that all the way up the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the next stitch, make 4 single crochets. Okay, so I've continued to do that same process of single crochet 4 in each stitch, and so far I've gotten this. I'm just going to finish up and I'll show you. Okay, so I'm almost at the end here, so I only have 1 more stitch in which to work in. I'm going to make 4 single crochets in that last stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now I've finished right up to the end of the chain, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down into the first opening that I see. Let me see if I can get that so you can see it, just to join this top so that it's not sticking up straight. I'm just going to go down into one of these openings, and I'm just going to slip stitch to join that. And you can just rearrange your icicle so that your folds are all working in the right direction. And so now we can chain to make a holder. We're going to chain 16, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and then we're just going to come right back down. We're going to slip stitch to join it right in the same position that we joined that top loop. So we just made a holder by slip stitching there to join, and now we can fasten off like that. And whenever I end very close to wherever I began, I like to just tie a square knot in my 2 ends of yarn like that. And now you can thread these yarn ends into a yarn needle and just work them back and forth here into the finished work. So here's how the finished icicle looks. And on the end here, you could just sew any type of beads. I'm going to sew a little jingle bell on the end of this one. I just got a needle and thread here, and I'm just going to sew a little jingle bell. Take a few stitches there to make sure it's good and sturdy. So there we've got our little jingle bell. So you could use it just like this. So I'm just going to show you now how you could dress up the top with some curly ribbon. Okay, so I've just tied 3 strands of curly ribbon on the top of the icicle, and then we can just go ahead and curl each one of these strands with the scissors. Like that. Just place the ribbon against the blade of your scissors and pull as you hold firmly. And now these ribbons can always be split, usually, if you have the same brand. I think most of them do this. You can split them into two. Just grasp it at the end and then just pull. And then you'll have a fancier ribbon at the top. So I'm just going to put that in some greenery and show you how that looks. So there's how your icicles will look in the tree. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because shortly I'll be putting a free pattern on in a video on how to make this easy to make snowflake.